Happy Friday, everyone. My name is Old School Nerd. It's a quiet, lazy Friday morning. The rain is falling outside. Enjoying my CC's mocha. Waiting for the Leo cover to drop so I can do a reaction to it and enjoy the beginning of my wonderful weekend. For all of you that joined me last night in the live stream, we had a wonderful time. Roving the high seas, sinking skeleton pirate ships, and collecting all that fat booty. Until our mics stopped working in Discord, and then it was two deaf guys running around on a boat, dying. It was not pretty, but those who were there, you saw it, you enjoyed it. Okay, so we're going to do a reaction. Now, normally I would do this. I ain't got that kind of time today. Okay, so last night, hey, I did it, okay? All of a second of it. Okay. Asshat the Third. Hey, hope you're having a good day. Hope you're doing better from last week. I know it was a rough week for you. Say hello to your beautiful fiance from all of us. Enjoy your day. Hope you can handle this one. Worm Shepherd. The song is called Accursed. Okay. I can always count on Asshat to bring forth those wonderful love songs from those classic romantic musicians from a band called Worm Shepherd. Because nothing says sweet lovemaking like Worm Shepherd. And nothing says love song quite like a name of a title song called Accursed. So we're going to sit back and enjoy this one. Like and subscribe to the channel. Check us out on oldschoolnerd.com. It's got all of our social media posts. The Patreon link for those who want to help support the channel. We appreciate every single one of you. And the merchandise store. This one was requested during the live stream last night, and I thought, you know what? Let's knock them out. So here we go. Oh, and if you have made a request in the last week, we are getting to them. We're just running a little behind with the family issue we had this week. Yes, my mother is doing much better. Thank you. She got home yesterday. She looks like she went 2.7 seconds with Mike Tyson. And just like in the video game, she got punched out. Okay, here we go. It's my mom. I can make the joke. Worm Shepherd. Okay. Yeah, he didn't steal this from Bray Wyatt at all. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do an impression. You ready? Watch. I'm gonna do an impression. Hold on. I gotta make my my camera bigger. Otherwise, the impression doesn't work. Move it over here. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna do an impression. It's important. Impressions are important, guys. We do them for the people we love, and in this case, a reactioner that I just absolutely love. Here we go. Who was that? I mean, you gotta, my hair's not as good, and he doesn't have a beard. Tulip Mafia, absolutely. Oh, by the way, I'm only giving him a shout out because this kind of song, he would be like, if you've never seen Tulip Mafia, check out his channel as a reactioner. He's one of the most entertaining people ever. And no, he didn't ask me to give him the shout out. He was one of the reaction people that I used to check out before I started doing reactions. Alex Hefner, him, and a few others. But if you've never seen his reaction to Kill Switch Engage Signal Fire, it's one of the funniest things you've ever seen. Because apparently, he didn't know that African Americans played in metal bands. And his reaction is priceless. And that would have been enough. But when he realized that the drummer of Kill Switch Engage was wearing a Wu-Tang shirt, and he was like, I'm done. Great reaction. Awesome reaction. He does a lot of them. His reactions to pretty much everything metal and heavy that have some kind of imagery that it's over the top, his reactions are almost predictable now because he's a good church-going boy. And his mama taught him to stay away from shit like that. So, yeah, it's pretty funny. Whoa, hold on. I didn't know Tulip Mafia was playing the drums for this band. Also, did you notice, I'm sorry. Did you notice that the drummer, okay, we know this guy's over the top. He's selling it completely. He's selling the role. He's inhabiting the demon, the fiend, if you will. Yeah, come on, it's pretty much stolen. And great sound, great screech. I'm gonna unpause it. Watch the drummer, right? He's playing like Torrential Rain and Fractal Universe. I mean, all those bands, Orbit Culture, you know, like Gojira, all those bands we love that can play like this. He's doing it, but literally looks, okay? You know, when Nick Cannon was in Drumline, remember the movie Drumline? And he was playing, and he looked like he wanted to be anywhere else, but there he's like, remember that? Watch this dude's face. 2 shits he does not give. Watch. Look. Now, I am not ever gonna sit there and say anyone is gonna come close to the drummer of Meshuggah when it comes to pedal dynamics. Okay, Slaughter to Prevail, that dude's really good too. But this kid here, never have I ever seen a drummer do rapid placement pedals with proper breaks, jump ins, cuts, not just running through it as fast as possible, but actually sitting in portions and literally look like he is bored shitless as this guy right here. He looks like he could be anywhere else, kicking back with a glass of tea. He's like, He looks like me at the beginning of this video. This is him playing the drums. We're doing those. This is my impression of the drummer of Worm Shepherd. Okay. This is my impression of him playing the drums during this section as me earlier today. Hey, everybody. Yeah, that's my feet. I'm enjoying my coffee. Yeah, those are my feet. Yeah, it's a Friday. It's what I do. That's literally what he's doing. That's like almost no effort. But you know it's insane. The fact that drummers can do that blows my mind. Could you imagine back in the 80s with super hair band rock, Tommy Lee flipping sticks, flipping women, you know, everything Tommy Lee did, right? And it's always do, 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 do. You know that classic hair metal, heavy metal where everything was just so straightforward, nothing was elaborate. And then remember when Slayer got into it, but even Slayer wasn't doing this. And then now you see drummers doing this, not only just as, and then, remember in the late 90s and 2000s, bands started doing the speed, super pedal, super fast, but it was like going as fast as they could. And it was like, you know, like they were playing the video game with the pencil between your fingers, trying to make the guy run in the Olympics. Yeah, just reckless abandon. To now, when drummers are playing written, arranged parts in rapid succession with instant cutoffs, instant cut-ins, and just staying on the mark. I've asked Clement from Fractal Universe, and I've asked Dario from Torrential Rain. I've asked so many of these drummers, how do you guys do this stuff? I mean, how much time do you spend doing this? And they all say, we work months. We build it up. It takes time. And you have to commit 100% to be able to train your feet to have the reactions. Because some of these guys are doing stuff that people can't do with their hands. And they're doing it with their feet, and they can do it with such precision. And this guy's doing it in this video. And I know this has nothing to do with this video per se, but when a drummer not just plays fast, but plays extremely fast within the arrangement and can cut out, cut in, segue instantly on a dime, it blows me away. So when I talk to people like Dario and Clément, and these are just two of the guys I've met. Clément is in France. He's the drummer for Fractal Universe. And of course, the drummer for Torrential Rain, Dario, who's the first person who ever reached out to me to do a video, by the way. They blow my mind because they're both so young. This guy's what? Maybe early 20s? Dude, if we could bring John Bonham and we could bring Keith Moon and all these humongous greats of epic metal drumming, could you imagine Tommy Lee walking in a room and this guy for this Worm Shepherds is just freaking warming up? And Tommy Lee walks in and he goes, dude. And he just throws his hands up. He goes, dude, and he walks out because that's what he would do. Tommy Lee would love it. Was Tommy Lee the greatest drummer of all time? No. Was Tommy Lee one of the greatest performing drummers of all time? Yes. Tommy Lee took performance drumming to a whole nother level. I mean, he did. He was limited by what music was back then. So because he had so much free time, he'd spin his sticks, all these theatrics, play upside down, put his drum kit on a roller coaster, So when we talk about, Jordison from old Slipknot. Oh, and even, Weinstein, current, the drummer of Meshuggah. Gojira's drummer is amazing. People ask me, what is the comparison between Meshuggah's drummer and Gojira's drummer? Meshuggah's drummer is like a freaking machine. And not just a machine, like one of those high-end Bugatti Veyron machines, like super high, super engineered, super crisp all the way through. And you have Gojira's drummer who could do that as well. But he's such an experimentalist, such a progressive player. He just kind of reminds you of a Neil Peart. Like, I'll just go anywhere. People go, John Bonham wasn't the greatest drummer of all time. Maybe not, but he's probably one of the greatest groove drummers you've ever heard. Just feeling a groove. Some bands can do both, some bands can't. This is the only song I've ever heard of Worm Shepherd. And when your drummer is super young, and the first thing I think of is to start talking about Gojira's drummer and Neil Peart and all these other greats, John Bonham, because of how amazing drumming has come in my lifetime. If you get me to start talking about that, you're pretty damn good. And I think I've rambled on for 10 minutes on a 5-minute song, and we're a minute 30 in. Yeah, I'm going to unpause it now. That ride tag was great. You heard it. You may not realize it's a ride tag. He literally, a ride cymbal, like you hear, it's the large one. Usually it's on the right hand side. If it's a left side player, it's on his left side. But it's usually on the right side above your floor toms. And the idea is it's a larger cymbal that doesn't splash out. It resonates on a low end. And because of the thickness of the drum, the thickness of the cymbal is what gives it that clank, 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 right? They ride. It's like a clang ride. He goes in and hits the ride not once, not twice, but I don't know, 27, 28 times in about 2 seconds. And it's right in the one spot. And I'm just like, and he's doing it in the middle of a roll, which just, I love and hate kids that are this freaking talented. You know? From now on, anytime I see somebody say, oh man, this drummer's the greatest, this drummer's the greatest, I'm like, yeah, okay. Just watch this kid. Okay? And if he's not the greatest now, give him about 5 years. If he keeps working, you never know. I just, as much as I want to go see some of these big venue concerts and festivals and everything, I would love to see like this drummer from Worm Shepherd and Dario and Clement and the drummer from Meshuggah and the drummer from Gojira and all these different drummers from around the world, right? Just put them all together and let them jam. Kind of like Godsmack does, but you know, let's see if we can break the sound barrier. Or, like I said with the Winter Suns reaction I did, see if they can play fast enough to where the stage actually catches air and flies away. Yeah, it could happen. Oh, okay. This will probably be my last time stopping it. Calm down, guys. Okay. As a lot of you know, I have a slight problem. I have more than one, but let's talk about this one. When bands start doing this power chord death stuff, and it's just heavy, heavy, hard, pushed walking chords, and a singer that tries to see how close to the brown note he can get, if there's not something that makes it unique, i.e. Slaughter to Prevail, Ginger, Vinter C, and some of the other bands that there's a particular thing like you're going, whoa, I didn't know they could do that. Okay? You don't expect that sweet, young, little woman from Vinter C to just go off like that. Whether it be the screeching demon voice or the low register or her little melodic song, you don't expect Alex Terrible to do what he does until you see it and you're like, okay, I get it now. Or Tatiana from Ginger, who's pretty much the person who introduced everybody who's never wanted to hear growl metal into growl metal over the last 3 years for reactions, for Pisces and stuff. But when a band does this and is very registered like this, I tend to tune that out. because it's not my vocal styling that I prefer. Now, doesn't mean it's not amazing. It is amazing. You want to know why? I can't do it. Can't. A lot of people can't. And some people do it really well. And some people love it. Galactic Criminal, I'm sure he giggled the whole time he saw this. Why? He loves this stuff. Do I love it? No. I'm more of a musicianship person. I like rhythm. I like arrangement. So when it slows down and just becomes just like it's into the sub ranges of sound and stuff, you're going to lose me. But when that happens, I have a tendency to stand back and wait for the thing that lifts a melody out, that lifts a story out. This band does it really well because the guitarist comes in with a very light, melodic tone. He could go into something loud, aggressive, distorted, crunchy. No. Watch this. This, to me, is good storytelling. They're going to bring this song, instead of to a crescendo, they're going to bring it down to the lowest resonance, slow it down to where darkness is covering you. Then the guitarist is going to bring forth a little bit of light. Watch. Storytelling. Musical storytelling. That's why I'm here. This is what I love. Fade out. It's really, really good. And the dust returns to the earth as it was. So freaking true. All right, that was Worm Shepherd. The song is called Accursed. First time I've ever heard of them. I do want to say, I am not a fan, nor have I ever been a fan, of just constant growling arrangements. If there's something that elevates it or changes it, I do like it. This band does know that. I see a lot of bands that for some reason never really break out into a larger expanse of what they can be because they keep themselves stuck in this little bubble. When you have bands like Vinter C, and even this band here, where they're doing that low, guttural, heavy, brown note stuff, but yet they put different dynamics in there to elevate the storytelling. It works. It really, really does. I do like this band. Would I go see them live? I would go see them live just to see the musicianship that they're putting forth. The whole growling thing, we all know doesn't work for me as well as it does for some people. It's just not my style. That's nothing against it. I would love to see this band play with Plush. Just because sometimes you have to have jelly with peanut butter. You wouldn't think, but then all of a sudden, oh, okay. No. I'm an idiot. You didn't know? Yeah. Complete idiot.